Jared Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit jaredgoestothemovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jarrett Reddick. And this is a podcast. Jared Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jared Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
What happened during the delivery?
Nothing. It was very quick. The baby just wanted to come right out. And there were no problems.
Did you drop him?
What?
Did you drop this baby?
Jesus Christ, no.
Inform the ambulance that we have a situation. Ma'am, I've never seen this. It appears that your baby has sustained some fractures while inside of your uterus. His arms and his legs are broken.
Here's the thing. The whole time, the way he's looking at her, and he's like, I've never seen anything like this, and I'm thinking, oh shit, it's a fucking Game of Thrones lizard baby or some shit. You know? I mean, and then he's just like, oh, he's got broken arms. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, he's a baby. They're just fix it, right? I don't know. Jesus Christ. I felt like, I swear to God, I thought it was going to be like Enemy Mine with fucking Dennis Quaid or whatever. And it's like Louis Gossett Jr. was coming out of there. It's like, it could be fucking like, the fuck just popped out of this poor lady in the dressing room at the department.
That is such a good movie.
It is a fucking great movie.
Mine. Yeah. That's awesome.
Great movie. Hey guys, my name is Jarrett. This is a podcast. It's called Jarrett Goes to the Movies. With me as always is Rich.
No shooting friends, Jarrett.
Casey is here as well.
Hello.
And there is Will Vark over there, the golden boy.
Hi.
I was hiccuping and burping as I introduced you, Will. That's why you didn't get like a good introduction. This week we're talking about the movie Unbreakable. And I had no idea about this one. The whole time, I think that, and I guess Rich and Will explain why this is, but literally the entire first 30 minutes, I was trying to make sure that Bruce Willis wasn't dead. You know, I mean, that was pretty much my whole thing. Is like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so he walked away from the thing. Is he fucking dead again? Is that a thing? Because I fell for that. Fool me once. Yeah, fool me
when that
once.
little boy was hanging upside down on the couch, he just goes, "Is that fucking Haley Joel Osment?" He's like, "There's no fucking way. This is the same fucking movie."
I really did. I was just like, okay, fuck. What's the deal? Like, seriously, we just gonna do it again?
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's like when a sequel to a funny movie, they just do all the same bits, you know, or like a Saturday Night Live skit starts to get tired, you know, they just fucking just go back to the same well.
Yeah, and that wife sure wasn't talking to him a lot in the beginning. It all kind of was pretty similar.
Yeah, a little bit. So there's some weird shit in this one though. So here's one of them, and let's just get into that right now. When she gives him the awkward hug, and I think, why is she holding 12 different kinds of candy bars?
When?
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, fucking, that's weird. The wife that didn't want anything to do with him at first.
Get a bunch of. Well, I mean, I don't know.
She was a candy striper, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I like that Ben Striper.
You proud of that one?
Are we talking about the lady on the train or his wife?
His wife.
Oh, I didn't.
I don't remember her hugging him with candy bars, but I say more power to her. Candy bars are delicious.
Well, she's trying to keep the kid busy, you know.
I want hugs with candy bars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
candy
hugs
bar
are better
arms.
with candy bars.
Good to be here this week. Next week, we have an exciting new kind of show for you guys.
Yeah.
It's a totally different kind of experience.
We're so, as you guys know, we're on the weeks where I'm touring, we're having it's getting harder and harder to actually do like a full version of the podcast. So next week we are going to do a completely different format, way more free form.
We're gonna review Cars.
And we're going to review Cars.
Talk about running track.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
So you're going to want to stay tuned and see what happens then.
We're going to talk about movies. It's just more loose.
Shit's been crazy around here. I finished, I've been producing a band called Loyal Sally.
They are fantastic.
Thank you. Yes, I agree. And so we just finished a song called Postcards.
Those are the guys with the beards that don't have beards.
Yeah,
That's them.
Yeah, the beardy, non-bearded.
but their
dudes.
beards are coming back.
Their beards are coming back. Yeah, it's
okay.
like a lizard tail, like they're, but
Or it's like a.
Are you saying if I shave my beard, it'll come back?
Wow.
I think sometimes it does stop. I don't know. I don't know how that works really, to
No,
be
that's
honest.
hair on the top of the head.
Oh,
Did
okay.
you ever see that episode of Friends where she dates that guy that has like the long? Is it that or is it Seinfeld? She has this boyfriend, this old boyfriend. He used to have the most beautiful hair or whatever, and then he's like been shaving his hair bald because he's like a swimmer or something, and so she convinces him to grow it back out.
Yeah, it is Seinfeld.
And he finally grows it back out, and he's like gone
Yeah,
bald.
'cause they
and
asked him, "Are you
and he
from
starts
the
getting all depressed. and-
Because Jerry asked him, "Are you from the future?"
yeah.
I use that line all the time. Anyone that's bald
That's
and
such a-
skinny, I just go, "Is he from the future?"
That's such a good episode.
All right, so here's a rundown of what just happened. We started the podcast. I spilled beer on my computer. I dried it out with a paper towel, turned it over, beer came out of it. My computer turned off while everybody else talked about some other shit. I got my computer back on, and then my mother-in-law needed my HBO Go password. And so it took me a minute to get that. Now she's texting me. She's going to try to figure it out and to wish her luck. And I believe at this point, she's going to be watching Game of Thrones, and we're going to be talking about the Game of Thrones baby that just popped out of this lady in a dressing room, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice
And
timing.
the doctor has the fucking worst bedside manner of all time.
At first, whenever I didn't realize what movie this was, like that I'd seen it before, I mean, I went like a totally weird place in my brain on what was happening. I was like, this guy is like trying to take her baby away. And that's why he's like acting like, did you drop this baby? No
I
one's going to
felt-
fucking believe you. I'm taking it now. You're a bad mom, and now it's mine. And
No, I thought the same thing. I totally thought, well, they're taking this lady's baby away. Like, so then I'm just like, well,
You didn't think, but this movie's called Unbreakable.
well, okay. But I thought, well, was she shoplifting or something and like went into labor and they're going to arrest her? Like all of that shit. And
They thought-
again,
they thought she had a bag between her legs.
yeah,
It was a baby
something.
just
Yeah, it
falling
was a
out.
baby. Jesus Christ. We thought it was a Michael Kors. No. Yeah. So we get onto the train. Baby's obviously born, and here we are, Bruce Willis. And thing that I thought was insane about this whole scene, everything from on the train that's showing Bruce Willis, I guess, is from the perspective of this little girl who's. So it's all like through the seat or whatever, which I thought was really interesting. It's just an interesting shot.
I was just thinking, man, pull that ring off. Fucking pussy time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he didn't waste any time, man. She comes up and she's just like, hey, can I?
That trick never
Anybody
works,
see
by the
in
way.
here?
They always see the fucking line on your head.
Yeah, if you've ever been in the sun,
I've never pulled it off.
no, that's just anyway.
I just assumed Will instantly hated this movie as the second he started pulling
Oh,
the
no. I was
ring
like,
off.
yeah, Bruce, do
same
it.
for you. You don't
Do
like
it, man.
cheaters.
I don't either, but
It's
I don't.
exciting.
I don't.
I'm going to move this tambourine because every time I set my drink down, it goes chink.
That's racist.
It is totally racist. Absolutely.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
She said it, not me.
Jesus
See?
Christ. Yeah. All right. So I thought to myself, the girl sits down beside him and she's a sports agent. I'm like, we can't get away from the fucking sports agents. You know what I mean? And it's like, and again, like all of the movies have either had fucking Brad Pitt in them, they're blue the whole fucking movie, or they're a sports agent. That's it. That's the only movies we do here on Jared Goes to the Movies.
Right,
I don't know
that's
if
true.
you guys put that together or not.
I did that on purpose.
Did you?
No.
So
There's a
fucking
theme. It's a theme.
Monochromatic.
How
podcast.
uncomfortable
Are we going
was
to introduce this movie before we start talking about it?
Well, I guess we could.
We're like already halfway through the movie.
Oh, because we started talking about the baby. Yeah, I
Yeah.
fucking forgot. Well, in case you guys haven't figured it out, we're talking about the movie Unbreakable tonight. Oh, I haven't even fucking introduced all the people and
No,
shit.
nothing.
We'll leave this like it is.
Okay.
You know what? This is how. Hey, if you ever make it through the credits, this is what we actually do. We talk about movies. I want to thank our supporters right off. Denny Chambers, who upped his support from $1 to $5. We could not do this show without our Patreon supporters. We absolutely love you guys. New stuff coming your way all the time, and 20% discount always on merch. Executive producers are also Patreon supporters. They include David Murray, Ashley C., Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, David Dooley, Diane Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, who came to see me play on Sunday, and I appreciated that very much. Rodon James, Eddie Weiss, who texted me and asked me if I was in Phoenix today, and I just wrote back, no. Lisa Wenzel, Sean Umbeck, Joel Robinson, Nigel Watson, who you'll hear from later in the show, as well as Wendy Croft, Greg Pascal, Chris Holt, Tyler McCullough, Mark Ryan, Svi Hurst, Josh Millman, Jason Randall, and Wayne Bullard, who sent my son, I'm not going to say what it is, but sent my son the nicest gift in the mail just because he knows he's into WWE. Just the nicest thing. And
Sweet.
I so appreciate it. And he won't see it for another week or so, but I am excited for him to see it. He will just think it's the greatest thing ever. So thank you, Wayne.
Awesome.
That was really, really, really nice. Now, Unbreakable, in case you guys haven't picked up on this from the fact that we've already talked about half the movie, it came out in the year 2000.
In the
Year 2000!
No one knows that.
And the movie goes like this. A man learns something extraordinary about himself after a devastating accident. Okay, I'll give him that.
That's the whole synopsis?
yeah.
That's it, yeah.
They didn't want to give anything away.
Yeah, I get it. All right.
Over to Rich for his alternative synopsis.
Unbreakable. After surviving a devastating train crash, a troubled man finds out he only has one weakness: male pattern baldness.
But he fucking turns that into a super fucking power.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ. Like, he is like the guy. He's like the dude where everybody says, man, if I ever start to go bald, I'm going to fucking do the Bruce Willis thing.
Fuck yeah.
Everybody says that.
I always thought it was Jean-Luc Picard.
No.
No.
No, I don't think so.
This was the first movie where he was shaved.
Oh, was it?
Is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he fucking did it. He plays David Dunn. Bruce Willis plays David Dunn, the security guard for the Florida.
No, it's Philadelphia.
Right, Philadelphia football team. What's your favorite thing about Philadelphia, Will?
My favorite thing about Philadelphia is their sandwiches.
Okay, I like it. So you're a big fan of the cheesesteak.
Oh, no.
No.
They just have nice club sandwiches
Oh,
there.
okay.
Their hero
All right.
sandwiches are great.
Okay, that's very good. Casey, do you have a favorite thing about Philadelphia?
Oh, no.
Okay. We would have accepted their cream cheese, the Liberty Bell.
Oh, shit.
Okay, let's go on to Rich. Rich, a favorite thing about Philadelphia?
Their freedom.
Freedom is great.
Philadelphia freedom.
Yes, and they are the first city in the country to give the entire population of their city free Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Yeah.
See?
A lot of people don't know
I was
that.
dead on that one.
Samuel L. Jackson, putting another notch in his six-shooter with this one, plays Elijah Price. He's the fucking baby that gets born as the lizard baby from Game of Thrones. Now, we talk about this all the time. He essentially plays himself in every single movie that's ever been filmed, ever.
Right.
Like, it's surprising when you don't see him.
He didn't play that in this movie.
He did in one scene. He played that character when the guy tries to buy the piece of art for his son.
Yeah.
He goes into full on Pulp Fiction mode there. I mean, it's like he's
Not going to have any motherfucking kids in my motherfucking art gallery.
Exactly. Robin Wright plays Audrey Dunn.
She does.
Yeah, is she in other stuff? What is her deal?
Yeah, she's
House of Cards.
fucking... No. Hang on. She's Princess Bride.
Oh, that's right. That's fucking Princess Bride. That
She's
makes
something else, though, that I
She's
couldn't
fucking
figure out.
Jenny,
House of
and
Cards. House
she's
of Cards.
Jenny and
No,
Forrest
I don't watch
Gump.
that.
She's
That was
my
it. That's what I was trying to
Yeah,
think of.
Jenny. Yeah, holy shit. No wonder I found her very
She
attractive.
made it. She totally made it.
But I guess they they dumbed her down in this one.
Usually you're kind of into that.
Oh, no, I liked it a lot. Spencer Treat Clark plays Joseph Dunn. That kid's gone on to do a bunch of stuff. As Casey said, when we see him and he's upside down in the scene coming up, I totally thought it was that fucking guy from
Haley Joel Osment.
Sixth Sense.
I thought this kid killed it.
Yeah, he was good.
He was great.
Yeah.
He really was really good.
Why are you looking at me like that? Your train derailed. Some kind of malfunction. They only found 2 people alive so far. You and this man. His skull was cracked open and most of his left side was crushed. And to answer your question, there are 2 reasons why I'm looking at you like this. One, because it seems in a few minutes that you will officially be the only survivor of this train wreck. And 2, because you didn't break one bone. You don't have a scratch on you.
It's so blue in there. It's just so blue.
Except for the red from the blood coming up.
Yeah, that was wacky, wasn't that? I mean, like, yeah.
So
and
you brought up the cinematography.
Yeah.
About how it was from the girl's perspective in the seat, the little girls, and it was back and forth. And I actually was wondering if you would notice that. I didn't know if it was just me, like, hypersensitive to it, because I noticed it a long time ago, and I just reacted really well to it. But
yeah, definitely.
and then in
and
this
I
scene,
thought this scene being far
way
back.
back, and then the patient right there close, and then you see the blood. I didn't even notice the blood at first.
Right.
You know, you kind of go, oh shit, he's bleeding. Oh, he's about to die.
Yeah.
And then they're talking. Oh, I just thought, oh, that was just amazing.
Yeah, super cool. The doctor's great in this.
Yeah. He's
and,
on House of Cards too.
Okay, well that maybe we need to watch that show.
It is a good show.
It is.
So, I mean, the fucking wreck is crazy. It's a shame about that fucking sports agent.
Yeah, she's.
You know?
I kind of honed in on that
That's
as
a
well.
damn shame.
Oh, she's dead.
That's a damn shame.
Oh, I was like
You
sad
know?
about the little girl.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
went to that next.
Yeah.
Priorities.
I don't know. I mean, like,
Hot sports agent, then kids.
I mean, like, what has she done? That people are gonna miss. The fucking little girl. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's how long has she been here? Maybe 6 years.
Yeah.
How attached could people be to her?
She probably didn't.
This other girl's a fucking sports agent. Like there's a
That's
lot of people relying on her.
That's right.
Like
Thank
everybody's
you,
like,
Jared.
oh no, save the children. Say, fuck them. They don't have the relationships that adults have, right? Am I right? No, I'm probably not right. I don't know.
I don't think adults have great relationships.
No, you're probably right on that too. Well, he's the only survivor, so obviously you start to pick up that something's crazy about
Yeah, I
this guy.
thought that's interesting that you just went straight to, is he dead? That's
Yeah.
interesting. Just
Well,
because
I
of
mean-
the baggage from the other movie.
Definitely.
And you knew it was the same director?
Yeah,
And writer?
totally.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I told Casey when we started to go into it because I mean, Unbreakable, starring Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, sounds like it's going to be a fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it sounds like.
Did you have any idea what it was about going
Not
into
at all.
it?
No.
Okay.
No, absolutely no idea. And in fact, I was pleasantly surprised that all of it the theme of the movie and the plot of the movie stayed so close the same the whole time. Like I just kept thinking, there's no fucking way they're just gonna stick with this comic book thing the whole time. There's no way. Like you can't fucking make a movie like that.
Right.
And they damn sure did, and it really worked.
I thought it works great.
So he's the only survivor. He's walking out. I mean, I can't even imagine that walk. You're walking out of the emergency room, and there's all these families and
And they're
stuff.
like, what the fuck? This guy walking out, everyone else is dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Right. And these people are kind of waiting to hear that they're.
Yeah, I think
People are
everyone's
dead.
waiting to see who comes out the door.
But his son sees them. Then we get the awkward hug, awkward handhold from the wife.
For a second.
And
Trouble.
there were candy bars.
Shitload of candy bars in her hand. Super weird. I don't know. I mean, maybe she was just fucking
Stress
passing them
eater?
shits out or whatever. But
You sure that just wasn't her fingers?
Milky Way fingers? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think actually Samuel L. Jackson has Milky Way fingers in the movie. That's why he wears the gloves the whole time.
Maybe
It's like-
maybe Bruce Willis is a diabetic.
Can you imagine that though? If your fingers were made of Milky Way, just fucking try not to take a bite every once in a while, like
Isn't that-
because you'd fucking convince yourself, like, all right, man.
At some point.
I'm gonna just get I'm gonna eat off like one
Just
bite.
a nibble.
of like this finger that I never use.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't
let me
even
think
use the
about
pinky.
this.
Come on.
Let me think about this.
And
Okay,
the movie
so
could be called Unmeltable.
my left pinky. All right, so because I never make rock hands with that hand. That's fine. So I can still wear a wedding ring, flip somebody off, point at some shit, and grab hold of something. The pinky, freaking first to go on the bad hand.
If your hands are made of M&Ms, they would never melt. M&Ms don't melt in your hands.
Oh fuck yeah! Well, it doesn't say they
melt
they don't,
if they're hands.
If they're if they
Alright,
are
yeah,
your
maybe you
hands.
have a
Yeah.
point. Okay,
That
never
can't
mind.
be a
You know what
thing.
else melts in my mouth?
That's gross.
Yeah.
That got disgusting real fast.
What, you hit your head on that train? Get your brain to start working again?
What? $40 what?
You're getting a $40 a week raise, that's it. I checked, you were right. You're never taking a sick day. 5 years, no sick day, I get it, you want a raise. Smart way to make your point.
I have a question for because I've never actually had a job before.
Right.
Like I had a job when I was 16, 2 jobs, 15 and 16. And then I was like, I'm never fucking doing that again. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, we all said that, but we just got more jobs.
No, I was just like the day that I went into the Piccadilly cafeteria and I had a dirty shirt on and I was a dishwasher, right? Nobody ever even fucking saw me. And my boss, his name was Graf, and he said, "Hey, Jarrett, hey, do me a favor. Hey, from now on, you come in. Hey, I want you to go ahead and wash that shirt for me. You want to go ahead and wash that shirt? Yeah, let's come on in with a clean shirt." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool." He's like, "Yeah, how much do you get paid?" I said, $3.45 an hour. "Yeah, minimum wage is $3.35. That extra 10 cents, that's to guarantee you got your clean shirt on." And I'm just like, man, I want to fucking kill this motherfucker in the face as hard as I can. And it's all of that shit. Just, man, I'm never working for anybody again. But what's an insulting?
That's called a job.
What's an insulting raise? You know what I mean? Like
$40 a week.
Yeah,
right?
that's
To me, that's fucking. That's like
That's $1 a day.
that's like leaving
Right.
someone a goddamn 25-cent tip to be a dick, right? Like, because that you just shouldn't leave anything. Because I was just thinking, I mean, because $1 an hour, that's a good tip, right? Like like you make $1 an hour. So I guess, wait a minute, let's think about this. $1 an hour, if he works 40
It's
hours a
$1
week.
an hour raise, not $1.
Yeah, you got $1. That's a
That
pretty
was
good
$1,
raise,
yeah.
right? I mean, how much is this guy making? 19, 20?
I don't know.
No, it'd be $1 an hour for a day.
No, $1 an hour for
40 hours a week.
8 hours a day, 40 hours a
Oh.
week,
Yeah,
Duh.
it's $1 a day. I did bad math.
$40. So that's
Math
not
is hard.
that's not a bad. We should ask Nigel about that in a little while. He fucking loves math.
An extra $2,000 a year.
Well, that's not bad then. That's not insulting.
Okay, maybe it's not insulting. It depends. I mean, if your salary is $40 a week,
Yeah, and you live during
you're
the Great
doubling
Depression.
your fucking
Yeah.
pay.
Yeah, and when I worked at that bookstore, whenever I was 14, I got $50 a week. So $40 a week raise would have been badass.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, well maybe it's great.
When my grandmother worked at a
You
movie
could
theater.
gas up his car that week.
My grandmother worked at a movie theater, and it cost a nickel to go see the movie during the Great Depression. Like a nickel.
So if I asked how many days have I been sick, the boss would say, "You've used all your sick days,"
Right.
even though I can't get sick because I would still use all my sick days.
He probably
Right.
has vacation days. They're probably two different things.
Well, now it's just PTO. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
It doesn't.
Now, is that like the PTA?
so you can't pull this shit.
It's just like the PTA.
Yeah. So, like, you guys.
except
So your parents have to go to your work,
Right.
and they meet about the budget and stuff, and then you guys put on a little play for them every once in a while.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So you guys do
I bet
that.
your mom loves that.
Happiness is finding your skate key, sharing a sandwich, getting along. You guys like sing that song? If a friend's a friend forever, and the Lord's a Lord of them. You know what we did in the 3rd grade? We did a Thanksgiving play, and I played the drums, and we sang Indian songs. And I can sing 2 of them for you right now. Nee, 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 to be na, hoo. Nee, 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 to be na, hoo. Patahi nani, hoo. Patahi nani, hoo. Nani, 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 na, 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 the, na. That was one.
I feel like that's probably offensive somewhere.
The other one was,
I think it's
hey, unga, hey, unga.
Do you laugh in the middle of it too?
No,
No.
That's
I was
part
not
of
supposed to laugh because I was taking that shit serious. We made fucking Indian headbands out of straws and shit. Like it was
definitely offensive, right?
It was real. Yeah, it's
I
fine.
mean, to white people, it's offensive. Probably not to the Native Americans. They probably don't give a shit.
No, we had pilgrims there too. Everybody was fine. We represented everybody. You know, it was fine. Like we didn't. You know, I remember every song I ever sang in elementary school.
Yeah.
Every single fucking one of them. It's the craziest shit. Like I'll just be sitting there just sometimes just like, when Sammy put the paper on the wall. It's the fucking craziest shit ever. And that's like still how I do math, you know? Like 12 times 1 is usually 12. 12 times 2 is 12 times 4 is 5 is 6, 7, 12 times 9 is 108. It's 108, Jack. I mean, that's like how I fucking function. You know? It's like they should have fucking known there was some kind of tie with me. And because that's fucking how I get there, you know? 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. And then okay, it's 28. Yeah. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 6 is 42. But anyway. All right. So he asked his wife, does she remember if he was ever sick? And here's the thing that I was thinking the whole time. Like, wouldn't you remember if you were ever sick?
That's the flaw. You'd be touting that all the time.
I'm
I'm never sick.
Yeah.
That's what I
never
thought
sick.
too. So there's several flaws in this. First of all, it's that. The second thing is the fact that he didn't know he could bench 375. All dudes know.
Well, I kind of bought it because it was difficult.
Yeah, he was still struggling, but
He
it
was
just
struggling,
the
but
same
he could
no matter
always
how.
do it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep, okay.
So I kind of, that's
I buy
what
that.
sold it for me. But yeah, I mean, if you just go poof, and it just flies out you'd
probably
flies out of
figure
the
it out.
house, you go, oh, I'm a little different than most people.
But he's 40-something years old, and he's never been hurt, never been sick. He definitely knows that. And he faked the one injury he ever had in his
Well, yeah,
life.
and he was a football player, so yeah, he definitely has to know how much he can bench press.
Oh, good point. Yeah, because they like make you do contests and shit, you know? Like,
yeah, but
you all
do you
make
just
out.
keep benching and benching?
Maybe he always won.
Yeah, maybe he just
could
won
be.
the contest
Yeah.
and he just stopped because he won.
And we still don't know how much he can bench because he benched everything he had and he still did it.
yeah, that's true.
He should try benching the house.
How did he know how much the paint cans weighed?
He did.
He looked at him slowly. He looked this way, and then he slowly looked to the other way.
You know what? After the first time the kid put the weights on, I'm checking it every fucking time. Right?
Right.
Right. So I thought the same thing. And I actually thought that was super smooth when he, and we're not to that point, obviously, but when he lifts it and then he's sitting there kind of recovering and he waits for his kid to take him off because he's supposed to be doing the work, and he goes back and his kid's like backing up like, okay, you're a guy, like, there's something wrong with you.
Right.
You're a
Yeah, and that's when you first realize this kid doesn't give a fuck if his dad gets hurt or dies.
Since
At
we're
all.
Yeah.
since we're talking about the scene, my favorite thing was he was like, "Back up! I don't want you to get hurt." And
Yeah.
every time he gets a little bit further back,
Yeah.
he's like into the
In
bathroom,
the closet
in the
or
closet.
Then he's
and
halfway up the stairs. Yeah. So good.
I'm not going out there anymore. I'm not getting hurt again. This was the last time I told you.
You can't do anything about that. You might fall between this chair and that television. If that's what God has planned for you, that's what's going to happen. You can't hide from it sitting in the room.
They call me Mr. Glass at school because I break like glass.
All right.
I don't care if this is Harlem or Frisco, Texas.
Yeah.
That present wouldn't have lasted 3 seconds sitting on that bench.
It would last longer in Harlem today than it would have back then in that
That's
day.
absolutely true.
For sure.
Gentrification.
Yeah. You know, would you hear that sound my throat just
Yeah,
made? That
I
was
thought that was
fucking
Will.
No, that was it was Will. That was totally fucking Will. That's what it was. Man, here's the thing. I feel like I guess you can't if you grow up like in that house or whatever, but if my mom's broken however many bones, 6 bones or whatever, and I'm that age, and she's just like, if it's God's plan, you could like fall down or whatever. I'd be like, God's plan is for me to sit my ass in this fucking chair right here,
Right.
so I don't do. Have you ever broken a bone? Because that fucking shit hurts, Mom.
Not fun.
Not fun at all. Like,
I've never broken a bone.
I have not either.
I wonder if I'm unbreakable.
I think we all agree that
he
you
said
are.
that you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
It's true.
I've only broken like fucked up shit. My pinky finger, my sternum, my septum,
Your septum.
and ribs. Yeah, so like this
All from a
thing.
car
Broke
crash.
it?
Well, yeah, but ribs multiple times. But no, the pinky was kickball.
Oh.
But the car crash took my septum, my sternum, couple of ribs.
That sounds way cooler than I broke my pinky in kickball.
Not when you're in third grade.
Tuck that motherfucker in.
You know, not in the third grade. Yeah. And I didn't get it fixed, so these bones grew together, and it's all fucked up now. It's, you know.
Is that why you play the guitar the way you do?
I play it weird, don't I?
No, I was just going to go. I thought you were going to go, how do I play the guitar? And I go, awesome.
No, I play all my, because I'm self-taught, so I get my fingers there however I can, just like I did in the 7th grade. I'll tell you that much. Come on!
You mean in front of somebody kicking a kickball?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I meant.
I broke my arm.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did it feel good?
No, it sucked pretty bad.
Yeah, I knew
My
it.
brother did it on accident.
Man, all I know is Jack broke his fucking,
Oh, yeah.
like, a crazy bone in his hand and wrist, and he didn't even cry.
Christian broke his arm. I don't think he cried either.
And I'd cry.
He's like, can I get back on the jungle gym?
Yeah, Tyler broke his thumb and wrist, kind of that same area, and it wasn't as bad, but mine was like my wrist. Like,
Did you cry?
fuck yeah, I cried, and then my stepdad ran in and said, "What happened?" And he goes, "She fell and fucking bolted."
Yeah.
End of story.
Right. You know what we started calling him after that?
What's that?
Michael Bolton.
That's actually not the end of the story. My mom was out of town, and he calls her and goes, "Yeah, Casey fell, hurt her arm," and she's like, "Is it broken?" Nah, she can move her fingers, right?
Oh my God.
So she comes home early, like that night, and he gave me NyQuil to just make me go the fuck to sleep with my hand propped up on a pillow, and she comes in there to check on me, and my hand's just like swollen and purple.
Did she just lose her mind?
She lost her shit.
I can't even imagine
Oh
that.
no, she can move her fingers. She's fine.
I can't imagine that shit.
Is that Dennis?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
He had never really had kids of his own. I don't know.
He's like, I know, it looks like a good sausage to me.
Dude,
Put it on some ice.
I'm totally
on a
with
pillow
him.
some
Anything to
NyQuil.
avoid the emergency room, I'm all about that.
Yeah, I got to go to the regular doctor. So
Yeah.
So as Rich alluded to earlier, is the mom puts the present out on the bench, and each time he goes outside, there's going to be another comic book there. You know, she bought a lot of them. You know,
yeah, clearly 52. That's how many bones he broke.
right? Yeah, exactly. So, but then we fast forward to him at his comic book art studio. Sorry, I didn't mean that. We got into that world in People on Vacation when we started trying to get a few comic things drawn, and
The guy was a real dick.
the guy was such a dickhead, and we got into that world a little bit. And so People on Vacation, the Chronicles of Tim Powers album. That drawing is by the guy who draws the Incredible Hulk now, and that guy's a fucking asshole.
Why? What happened?
Essentially, we had him draw us. We were having him draw me and Ryan. And, you know, the drawing wasn't good. So we sent it back, and we were just like, you know, hey, we want to make some notes or whatever. And he was insulted that we had comments on it. He was like, no, that's not the way it's going to be. Like, this is what I'm drawing. This is good. And, you know, just not, I mean, you know, I guess that's the way it works in that world.
Anyway, Jarrett told him that he was going to cut his hands off.
Yeah, I told him I was basically going to cut his hands off and shove one down his throat and one up his ass. And, you know,
How'd you take it?
It didn't go well at all. That was the end of my communication with him. Ryan, I think
that's the threat.
So you're saying you didn't get what you wanted?
No, I didn't really get what I wanted or whatever. But
No,
I don't think
Tim
I
Powers
said.
picture's badass.
Yeah, that thing's fucking killer, right?
Who's Tim Powers?
Well, he's he's my attorney.
Oh,
but he's also the face of our album, The Chronicles of Tim Powers.
that makes sense.
Right?
Sort of.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to you.
He bought a pledge thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Basically paid for the album.
There you go.
Got it.
So Bruce Willis comes into the shop. You know, he's asked him if he's ever been injured. And we start to kind of, I mean, at this point, do you guys have a feel for where it's going? I mean, is everybody, I mean, I will say this. I feel like the wreck during college was sort of the reveal, why he left football and all of that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I had that shit right, like instantly. I was just like, oh, okay, well, here's the deal. He faked that because she doesn't, right when she was just like, I don't like football and, you know, all this.
Mm-hmm.
You first time? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Will?
I remember being completely shocked by everything, though, so maybe I didn't figure it out.
Did this movie come out after or before Signs?
Jared's opening a beer.
Signs was after.
Oh, so I was probably like, I don't know, what the fuck?
2 years after.
Casey?
Whenever he got the note on his car, I remember that I had totally seen this whole entire movie.
God damn it.
Probably.
I studied the form of comics intimately. I spent a third of my life in a hospital bed with nothing else to do but read. I believe...
I got to pause this right here. This is Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is another scene where
this is Pulp Fiction.
This this is total Pulp Fiction.
I'm just so bummed that cute little kid grew up to be weird old fucking Sam Jackson.
I thought this was more like Capital One Samuel L. Jackson.
I studied the form of comics intimately. I spent a third of my life in a hospital bed with nothing else to do but read. I believe comics are our last link to an ancient way of passing on history. The Egyptians drew on walls. Countries all over the world still pass on knowledge through pictorial forms. I believe comics are a form of history that someone somewhere felt or experienced. Then, of course, those experiences and that history got chewed up in the commercial machine, got jazzed up, made titillating cartoon for the sale rack.
So as this movie was starting, they put a couple of facts up on the up on the TV, and again, this is 17 years ago. So there's really no. I mean, obviously, comic books had their decline. You know, the comic book stores that survived are reaping the benefits of that now because it's a whole fucking different industry now.
Right.
But I'm just going to read you some of these statistics. I took a picture of them with my camera phone. All right. There are 35 pages and 124 illustrations, in the average comic book. Now, the thing about that that's crazy is we've done a couple of Bowling for Soup comic books. You can get, I think, number 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can still get 1 or 2 of them on our website. But man, I mean, when you get into it literally is like 124 like unique pictures and I mean it's a lot of art, a lot of drawing, and I think the art is what reels people in just as much as the story.
What was the comic book about?
We have 3 actually. We have one where we go to a haunted mansion.
Yes.
In another.
Yes.
In another
I was hoping
place.
it was like a Scooby Doo.
It's
style.
total Scooby Doo. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Toby Scooby Doo.
That's amazing.
And then we have another one where Chris Burney becomes like a giant. And then we have a short one. I can't remember what that one is. It's like we get a pet tiger or some shit, but. They're really good. They really are. And we'll digitize those at some point and get them out there. Actually, I do think that they're digitized. We used to have an app and you could get it. So I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Now, a single issue ranges in price from $1 to over $140,000. So obviously, they used to cost $0.25, used to cost 10 cents. You can still see those, all over the place.
They're too expensive now. Like I want to like
$4.
Yeah, but that's for one issue. That's not even the full story.
Yeah, it's basically a pamphlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
172,000 comics are sold in the U.S. every day. Now, I bet that number's way up.
No, it's way down.
Is it?
Is
Because
it?
of online? Is that why?
Yeah.
But I would have thought
But
that...
if you count online, maybe.
But I would have thought that would have been down from... I mean, obviously...
It all crashed in the 90s.
Yeah, but isn't it back is what I'm saying? Like, couldn't you compare it to like a vinyl kind of thing where that crashed in the 80s?
I think it is back. I don't know if it's more or if it's just
I mean, I'm just saying, like with Comic-Con and all these different things.
Well, Comic-Con's about movies in Hollywood now. I was a super huge comic book collector up until...
You got older?
No, up until maybe 2010.
And you bought the Corvette?
Yeah, I can comic books anymore after the Corvette. But I've got, I must have like 10 long boxes in my closet of comic books.
Wow.
A long box is like that long. That's about 3 feet.
Oh, Jesus. It's not just like a tax box. It's bigger than that.
It's long. The other long.
Right.
Of
Jesus
just
Christ.
full.
It's a long box.
It's like a big version of baseball card boxes.
Yeah.
Over 62,780,000 comics are sold each year. Now, this is 2000. The average comic collector, this one blew my mind. The average comic collector owns 3,312 comics.
Times 4.
And will spend approximately 1 year of his or her life reading them.
I've got a bunch.
Does that count sleeping?
No. You sleep like a third of your life, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually never counted how many I have, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
I used to have
eBay that shit.
I used to have over 2,000 CDs, and I whittled that down like over the course of 3 times of just cleaning it out. And now it's just, I think there's 6 boxes or something like that now,
Yeah.
where it's like if it's somebody that I knew or opened up for, and then anybody that's punk rock, I still have it. But
I still have a lot of my cassettes because I had more cassettes than CDs.
I purged all that when I sold my old house.
I did the thing, man. I had them all, and just one day, and I've done this with a bunch of different things. I did it with a bunch of books, and I just have to just fuck it and throw them in the trash can and just run. Don't fuck, just act like it's not in there.
Honestly, that's how my comic books are. I'm never going to read them all again.
No, of course not.
I don't know what to do with them, but I can't get rid of them.
eBay.
Do you not feel like and that's the thing too, though, is like DVDs, for example. I mean, it's like they're all worth $1, $2 or whatever, but just selling them is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm waiting for storage online just to be nothing.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to burn them all and throw them up there at some point.
I know I've got a few comics that are worth something.
Will you really, though? And here's why. That's going to take you forever to do. And honestly, when you want to watch one of the movies, you get them for free anyway. Right. And we pay $2. Yeah. I mean, I swear to God, any podcast we do that's funny, I have the movie somewhere in this house.
Right, same here.
And I'll go in and kind of glance at the thing, and then, nope, I can't find it. Just rent it,
Oh, yeah, we own a ton that we've watched.
It's too fucking easy,
It's so easy just to bring it up.
It was this movie. I had this movie downstairs, and I couldn't find it for free.
HBO.
And so I looked at Amazon. I was like, well, Amazon has it for $3. I don't want to go downstairs and look for it, so I'll just do it Amazon. I go, well, let me check HBO, and it was on HBO, thank God, so I didn't have to pay for it. But I was about to pay for it instead of going downstairs.
Every week, I'm like, okay, is it on Amazon Prime? Nope. Is it on Amazon? Nope. Is it on HBO? Okay, then I'll finally rent it on Amazon, right?
Have you been with anyone? I mean, since we've been having problems. The answer won't affect me. I just need to know. You know, it won't affect me either way.
It's a lie.
Sorry, dude. Sorry. Anyway, my decision is that I want to start again. I want it to be like it was in the beginning. And it's a big deal that you walked away from that train. I feel like it's a second chance. And if you feel like asking me out sometime, it'd be okay.
3 things. Here we go. 3 quick ones. All right. Number 1, and this is very, very important for all of you dudes who would ever fall for this. It will always affect them, no matter what. Be honest or whatever, but don't fucking take that bait. You're fucked. Secondly, I totally thought she was about to just break it to him that she had sex with somebody, because she starts the I'm sorry thing, and I'm like, oh boy, this is not going to be good at all. Third, if the reason they're in separate bedrooms is because she's been trying to make a decision or whatever, fuck that shit. There's no way I could live like that. There's no way.
I think it was more complicated than that.
Well,
yeah.
No, I'm simplifying it into that.
Fourth, I didn't really feel very confident in his no.
Well, obviously, we got the wedding ring thing. He had been to New York looking for a job. And, I mean, I think the thing is he essentially got the job. He gave up another career for this woman. Another one.
It's not this woman, it's his wife.
It's a woman. and it's that one.
But it's not. I mean, it's like bigger than that.
I'm not saying he's. I'm not
What
saying.
was point A again? I didn't understand point A.
That
It's a
she
trap.
said this won't affect me, and of
It's
course
a
it's going
trap.
to affect you.
It is
It's
trap.
a fucking trap.
If you had slept. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she
totally
said
agree.
it 3 times. Like
It's not going to affect me.
if
It's
you
not
did.
going to affect me. No, it fucking is.
Yeah.
It is going to affect
Totally.
me.
It had already affected her.
Yeah.
Right.
So yes, this scene brought back some nightmares. It was a little close to home, but I thought the scene was really touching. I thought it was a good.
I mean, was it at home, like in any specific way, or
like in past relationship?
Oh,
Which one?
The first one.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
awesome.
And
trying to set that up.
Thank you. I was trying to volley that before I went to pee, trying to get that thing going.
Yeah, it's super tough to start over if A, both people aren't on board, but and B, there's nothing. You have to have something traumatic happen, and so I totally bought that this occurred. I was moved by it. I was touched by it. I thought it was, and I think it had a lot to do with him. I mean, I think it was because he had this emptiness inside.
Definitely, we learned that.
Yeah, that he had this emptiness, and so that distanced him from her.
Yeah.
And then so she was saying, I want a divorce, and then so he was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go move to New York and try to find a job. So I don't think it was really she wasn't in a room because I think it was both of them.
I mean, and he admitted that he pushed them away.
Right,
that he that he didn't want to be, and I mean, the interesting thing about that is just him being who he was. He was his son's fucking hero already.
Yeah.
He didn't have to be a superhero. His kid already loved him so much. And this is a guy who, had this emptiness, this yearning for something that he didn't even know what it was so much that he couldn't let himself out there. And it seems like maybe that's something that just got stronger and stronger and stronger as he grew, because obviously he loved her enough to give up his life
I
in
thought
football.
it was interesting, and this is in a later clip, but adding on to what you were saying, it was interesting that he said something about we've just started becoming friends again or something like that.
Right.
They didn't touch on why it just started and it wasn't before, but I thought that was an interesting comment that he made.
You're saying that
I don't know, maybe we should wait till we hear the clip because he says it in a specific way.
Okay, sure.
And we'll touch on it then.
Yeah, and well, I mean, the way that he does put it about the dream that we'll get into in a little bit, to me, that it's just, again, it's a growing yearning for this other thing. Let's see if they both pop up here. Oh, Nigel, your shit's working on my computer. Wendy, I don't have you, though. God damn it.
No, it's always something.
It's just always got to be. Got them both. Fuck you, Rich.
We did it.
I named this conversation "Rich is a Homo." So welcome to
Homo sapien.
welcome to Rich is a Homo. Nigel, your hair looks fucking amazing right now for it being 2:15 in the morning.
He has some
Well,
good
I haven't
hair.
got a lot of it, to be fair, so.
Wendy, your hair always looks good.
Yeah.
Here's
Aw,
Will.
thank
Here's
you.
Will. Here's the top half of Will's head to say hello. How's it going? Happy Friday, you guys.
I think it's
Happy
Saturday. I think
Saturday,
it's Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I don't know. Is that so? Here's the thing. Until I've stopped drinking and gone to bed, it's still the day that I started on.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's complicated. That's why it's so hard in Atlanta, because they only stop selling beer from midnight on Sunday morning, which is Saturday night,
Right.
until 7 in the morning on Sunday.
Right.
So, but every other night in the week, you're fine. Saturday night, though, they want to fucking cut that shit short.
Yeah. Church is coming.
Yeah, that's what happens.
You have to be sober for church.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are Skyping right now with Wendy Croft and Nigel Watson for a game we like to call 5 Questions. Now, we have a theme song for it, but it doesn't say 5 questions. It just says... and it's,
Random question.
It's a little fitting because they are random. That's right. I will ask these two wonderful people, Nigel and Wendy, 5 questions off the top of my head. Again, this is a game called 5 Questions where we ask you 6 questions and the highest score is 7. You guys will both be given the chance to answer all 6 questions. At the end of the game, The loser, the person with the, and I don't mean to call you like a loser. You're a loser. You're a loser, and this is that's my best Donald Trump right there. I never tried to impersonate him before, though, so I feel like I was going on a limb. The loser, up until that point, will have a chance to answer a 7th super bonus question from Will Vark. So hopefully no losers tonight. And you know what? We're all winners.
All of us.
Right here at Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do
Well,
it.
I will say that if Will's going to ask about the tattoo again, then I'm throwing in the towel right now.
Oh, man. She doesn't
What
even
if
want
you're
to.
in the lead?
She doesn't even want to take a stab at it, Will. It's like you're. It's
And I
it's
really
like-
don't want a math question at like 2:15.
It's like your every girlfriend you ever had in high school. They didn't want you to take a stab at it.
And I never did.
Yeah, good boy. You were a good boy. You were running, you know?
Away from the lady.
And not even being chased, right? Now, did both of you guys happen to watch the movie that we're doing this week called Unbreakable?
Kinda.
No.
Okay, no and kinda.
Jesus Christ, Wendy.
It's getting to the point where I don't feel like the questions need to even be about the movie.
No, it's not our problem. If they don't watch the movie, that's their handicap.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, because there are a couple of hard questions.
Wow.
Just do them all multiple
Wow,
choice.
Kind of.
He's sassy. He's sassy.
Yeah, we just need a generic sassy thing.
No.
Someone's being sassy.
Right? You know, oh, that's not.
No, Casey's not even in the building.
That has got to be one of my favorite things.
Oh, my God.
Plays that song.
Every single time, it just makes me so fucking happy. All right, Wendy Croft and
No
Nigel Watson. Mr. Nigel Watson in a game of 5 questions. Here we go. Question number 1. The second billed star of this movie is in more movies than anybody on the planet. Can you name him? More movies than anybody on the planet. More movies than that goddamn lion at the front of MGM movie. More than that guy. He's in more movies than that fucking Sit Ubu Sit Dog is on TV shows. By the way, those of you who got that joke and are just fucking losing your shit in your car, you are fucking welcome. I pulled that one straight out my ass. All right.
Good boy.
Let's go to Nigel first. Nigel, the person who's second billed in this movie in more movies than anybody on the planet, is who?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson is correct. Let's go to Wendy. Wendy, Samuel K. Jackson. No, I'm sorry. No, it does say Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah. It does say. Oh, I was supposed to let you read your thing, and I can't read. That's why he doesn't like me to do it, because I can't read.
Illiterate.
All right. Question number 2 is also about the movie Unbreakable. When I was a kid, I played snare drum, and that snare drum, the head on it was unbreakable. It was made out of the same material that they make bulletproof vests out of. What is that material? What do they make bulletproof vests out of? Now, a follow-up question to this, if you guys did not get the first one, what kind of drum did I play in band? What kind of drum? I may have just dropped a hint to rescue you from the Kevlar answer. We shall now see. We'll go to Wendy first. Wendy, what drum did I play in marching band?
No, that's not the question.
Snare drum.
That is right. That is correct. For the first one, she put "don't know." Okay, Nigel, what are bulletproof vests made out of?
No fucking clue.
No fucking clue is correct. All right,
It's very
and
strong.
then what kind of drum did I play in marching band?
Snap.
Snare drum is correct. Both of you got two questions right. You're both solid kicking fucking ass right now. That was
Kevlar, right?
really Kevlar's right.
Okay.
All right. Question number 3. The star of this movie created his own style of helping bald men look way cooler by doing what in real life? What did Bruce Willis do to help bald men losing their hair look a lot cooler? What fashion haircut did he start wearing?
Oh.
We'll go to Wendy first. Wendy, what did Bruce Willis do to help all the bald men?
Shaved his head?
He shaved his head. That is correct. Yes. Nigel, I can see you're still writing. Your answer is... Go ahead.
I put that he wore a hat.
He wore a hat. That is incorrect. Incorrect. However, I did see a picture of Bruce Willis once while visiting England with Demi Moore. When they were married, they had their daughter Scout with them, and he was wearing a fucking hat. You both got it right. Congratulations.
He wore a hat in the movie, too.
3 correct. That is right. He did. Here we go. Question number 4. The greatest thing to eat in the entire world is what? The greatest thing to eat in the entire world.
It's not assholes, right?
Well, this is going to have different opinions.
Okay, we'll go to Nigel first. The greatest thing to eat in the whole world is...
ice cream or chocolate?
Ice cream or chocolate. This is a subjective question. That is correct.
He's worried about it.
Now let's go to Wendy.
It's one of those two.
Pasta.
Pasta. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, wow. Obviously, it's, for any of you that have been cutting carbs since 1990, she's referring to the stuff that's in like mac and cheese, spaghetti. It's like a noodle. You just haven't seen one in a while. That was our 4th question, or was that 5?
Yeah,
Yep.
that was 4.
Okay, question number 5. You guys are both doing really, really well this week. Question number 5, of course, will deal with the movie Unbreakable. The movie Unbreakable pretty much deals with a collector of what kind of publication? Collector of what kind of publication? There's a publication of which a lot of people collect. That's right. We will go to Wendy first.
I don't know.
Good answer.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to see that in writing?
I am sorry. No, it is not necessary. We're okay.
Damn, she's super
Save a
surly.
piece of paper. Nigel, go ahead. Let's hear your answer.
Comics.
Comics is correct. Absolutely.
Ooh, it's tied up.
Tied it up.
All right, guys. Now that's going to our bonus question with Mr. Richard Kubert. A lion. Coleman.
All right. Bruce Willis tells his son that he'll leave and go to New York if he shoots the gun at him. What should he have told the kid? Don't shoot me because A, it might ricochet off me and hit you or your mother. B, it might not kill me, but it's still gonna fucking hurt like a son of a bitch. Or C, I'll shove that gun up your ass.
That's tough. That's tough.
What should he have told his
What
kid?
should he have said to his child?
I'll read them again while you're still thinking. A, it might ricochet off me and hit you or your mother. B, it might not kill me, but it's still gonna fucking hurt like a son of a bitch. Or C, I'll shove that gun up your ass.
That's tough for me. I don't know if I've got the answer. Let's go to Wendy first. Wendy, C, I will shove that gun up your ass. Okay, let's go to Nigel for his answer before revealing the correct answer. Nigel also went with C, I will shove that gun up your ass.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is A. Any decent parent would say, it might hurt you or your mother.
I'm afraid you guys both will end the game with a score of 4. No one will get to answer or to try to answer the super hard bonus question this week because that question is for losers. And neither you guys this week are neither winners nor losers. That's right. So,
but what would the question have been if they were?
Let's just go ahead and ask the question just to see what it would have been.
Okay. Bruce Willis starred in the movie Unbreakable. Which podcaster in this room shares a birthday with Bruce Willis? And what is the tattoo on his arm?
Say something about that tattoo.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it a picture of Bruce Willis?
No, I share a birthday with Bruce.
I know.
Okay,
but is
there's
it a
half
picture?
the question.
I just
Half the
figured
question
you put a tattoo on your arm of Bruce Willis because you share a birthday with him.
So
Am I right?
Will has given you the first part of the answer.
Yeah, but he could have been Jared. He has lots of tattoos on his arm.
So let's go with Wendy. Are you still sitting this one out? What is the tattoo on Will's arm?
I don't have a clue. And he even said to me that maybe he had a picture of it somewhere, and I already tried looking, but I didn't find one.
She stalked your profile.
I was just fucking with you. There's no pictures of me.
What a waste of time.
All right, Nigel, are you taking a guess this week?
Yes. It's all I think about all week. Is Will's tattoo.
Wow. I don't know if that's flattering or disturbing.
I am going to go for, I don't know, a clock face.
Oh,
Clock
very, very
face.
good
Wow.
guess. Unfortunately, that is wrong, and we cannot.
What kind of clock? I'm just kidding.
We cannot divulge the actual answer. You guys have been great this week. Thank you so very much. Nigel, thank you for staying up. Wendy, thank you for taking time out of your Friday evening. I know you've got better things to do than hang out with us.
You know, there's an element to that answer that's close-ish.
Hints.
A little bit. All right, guys, thank you so very much. And much love. Thank you for supporting our podcast. We love you.
Love you. See you guys later.
See you, Nigel. Bye, Wendy.
Bye.
Got a picture of a silver gun with a black grip tucked in his pants. You know, like on TV.
You have good instincts for things like that?
Like what?
Knowing when people have done something wrong.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to develop it?
I don't know what you're asking me.
Your skill.
Look, I gotta be down on the sidelines during the game. You can get to your seat right down here.
Characters in comics are often attributed special powers, invisibility, X-ray vision, things of that sort.
Okay. I don't want to play this game anymore.
The guy sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah, he does.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
well, obviously he is.
Yeah,
he is fucking crazy.
If you say comic book to me one more time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
And like
fucking calling
these are the
police.
fucking writings on the wall or whatever. You know, so you're essentially saying that these fucking comic book people have some sort of powers.
So
or
where's
whatever.
your head at this point as to whether or not he has powers? Are you
well-
sold already?
Oh yeah, totally.
but
No,
you-
I definitely already know that. Okay, there's something special about him, and it's got to be because they're opposite. Like it has to be like he has certain things that guy doesn't have, and you know. But I now, in no way was I ever disinterested. Ever. I really, really, really liked the movie
It was
a lot.
gripping, right?
Oh, I really liked it, and it was the, you know. It didn't watch long. It was
an hour and 45. I saw that. I was like, oh, good.
yeah.
It's
No.
okay.
And you know, I give you guys shit about movies that are over 2 hours or whatever. But I mean, some of them do. And you know, I'll always point it out. Like you could do without this part.
Right.
If I were editing this, you don't need this. You know, but yeah, I really liked it. I mean, obviously, it's two of the best actors ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's giving Bruce Willis a lot of credit. I get that, but you know, I think he's a great actor. In what he does.
I'll watch him in anything he's in.
She's an awesome actress.
Mm-hmm.
And again,
The
we
kid
talked
was
about this.
great.
The kid was great. Surrounding cast was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at this point, I'm definitely kind of starting to pick it up. My surprise would be, I guess now I'll go back on what I said earlier. If the reveal, so I said like this big Sixth Sense reveal would be that he wasn't injured during college. That's obviously not it. The big reveal is at the very end, and I did not see that coming.
Awesome.
So they did get me,
Yeah.
you know, and
That's what
That's what he does. I'm like,
Yeah.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, that's what got me too.
Yeah.
I just thought that how they eased Bruce Willis into realizing that, you know, Mr. Glass was correct was really believable. Like his journey of realizing that holy shit, I am a superhero. You know, because like in a lot of it's like, oh my god, I've got powers, and then you just start running around with the powers like Spider-Man and you know, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
I mean, this was just so slow and building, and
Right.
and you're going, does it not? You know, that kind of thing. It was just really well done. I just
Right.
thought the movie was really well done.
the reveal here starts out that, you know, that she was in the car with him. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, it's a car full of people. I didn't realize they were out on their first date or whatever. The chase was gripping. I kept thinking this motherfucker's going to turn around and just shoot him in the face.
Right. When Mr. Glass is chasing the guy with the gun.
And I definitely didn't, I didn't see it happening until that stair thing started. And then I'm just like, oh, man, this
I was
is
thinking, slow the fuck down.
Exactly.
What the hell's wrong
I'm like,
with
why
you?
are you trying
He's
to
excited
slide down
about
the stairs?
figuring out if it's true or not. Like, does he have the power or not?
Dude, just sit your ass on the handrail and slide
I
down.
thought the same thing. I was just like,
fuck's wrong
dude,
with
jump up there or slide down on your belt. Like, just lay over the fucking thing,
I don't think that
whatever.
helps. I think it
Yeah,
still
or
would
just
break.
don't.
Yeah.
I love when his cane shatters. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's just Mr. Glass, right? So Bruce Willis is walking home, sees his kid playing football, and here's again, this was where I picked up on it too, where he goes, your mother would freak out if she saw you playing football. I'm like, oh shit, she hates football. That makes a lot of sense. You basically fucking gave up football, whatever. So it's all clicking at this point. Now, did you guys catch who he was playing football with?
Yeah. The guy that girl was going to go see.
That's
the
correct.
Sports agent.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, so the sports agent was coming to see.
I didn't either.
This 6'1" guy who could run the 40 in 4.5 seconds, and he weighs this amount of money. That's the tall guy that was out there playing football with
His
those
son was
kids.
saying that, and Bruce Willis's character goes, "Yeah, I heard."
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, he could run the 40 in 4.6, and he goes, yeah, I heard.
I said this to Jarrett too, but this scene, like as he leaves, like this is Jarrett and Jack 100%.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
he
I'm
leaves.
gonna go
and he's
with
like,
my dad.
Yeah, hey guys, go work out with my dad.
I'm gonna go record a song with my dad.
100%. Like
Yeah.
all of it. Like, well, you don't want to play? All right, cool. I'll just go with you. Like like kids that age don't do that, and that's exactly how Jack is.
It
with
really
Jarrett.
is. And I don't take that for granted
Yeah, you
ever.
shouldn't.
I don't. I mean, he likes to point out that we're best friends. Oh shit.
Aw.
Woo.
I'll be like, "Hey Anna, you want to do this with me?" And she'll look at me with her fucking teenager eyes and just turn back her head real slow, like she didn't hear me.
Well, Jack's thing's
Yeah.
so cute, but Emma, Emma's 14 and she's just cooler than everybody at this point. But she'll be like, "Ugh, why do you just talk about dad all the time? It's super weird." Like to Jack, because he does like, my dad does this and my dad does this, and
Jack will just be like, because he's the greatest person that's ever lived.
Exactly, he will. Seriously, he doesn't care. It's so funny.
Well, I raised my kids super independent, and it sucks.
My daughter is super independent.
They're just so like they want to do everything on their own. They don't want any help with anything. And it sucks, man. I wish I had just, I don't know. It's like such a bittersweet thing. It was like,
But
they
if
don't
were
need
asking
anybody
for-
to do anything.
But if they were asking you for help all the time, you'd be like, my kids are fucking
I know,
assholes.
I know.
They won't stop asking me for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and I'm not the kind of parent that wants my kids up my butt constantly.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for me, but a little bit every once in a while would be nice.
Yeah. Well, so to the basement for the workout that we already talked about. He put too much. He's 250 pounds. But in the middle of all this, of just like lifting all this weight, he just goes, and this is 100% my son. He just goes, could you beat up Bruce Lee?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I could. Yeah, but what if he couldn't kick? And you guys were just like, then you just thought, like, could you beat him? It's like, no, I'm just a regular person, so great.
Yeah, he asks you questions like that all the time
All
about
the
other
time.
bands and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you more famous than
Yeah.
this person?
Or
He really
anybody,
does say
really.
that.
He wants to know if I'm more famous than certain YouTubers or whatever.
What's your standard answer?
Well, I do always try to downplay everything,
Oh, okay.
but he will ask.
So the opposite of what you do in here.
Well, no. Every once in a while, I deliver the goods. I mean, we were at a WWE event, and it turns out that one of the wrestlers is a huge fan of mine, and I did tweet.
wow.
I tweeted said person. Said person and I are in touch now, and they've already hooked him up. Like, and he is the next time we go to wrestling, he will be the happiest child that's ever lived.
But he
because
doesn't know about it
He
yet.
has no idea,
Oh,
but
that's
he is
amazing.
going to experience something that no one ever gets to do.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, as we were discussing said wrestler, and that person knew who I was, he goes, "Hey, do you think the rest of the wrestlers know who you are?" And I just thought about it for a second, and I thought about their age and like the fact that they've all been in the gym and listened to music or whatever, and I just go, yeah.
The wrestling demographic.
100% they do. I mean, there's no way they don't. I mean, they're every one of these.
Yeah, usually he'd be like, I don't know, but this time he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they don't. I mean, they're the younger of them 100% had Phineas and Ferb or whatever. And then I can always do the Chuck E. Cheese thing where I'm just like, dude, I mean, I'm in more households than pretty much. But I always try to play it like I'm just a normal dude, and but I don't mind the fact that, I mean, and I get recognized everywhere with him. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, at wrestling, I took a picture with 3 people. He was like, Dad, you've taken a picture with 8 people today. And I go, no, I haven't. And he goes, yeah, you did 2 at breakfast, and then you did this, and this, and then we did 3 or whatever. I'm like, I didn't even think about that. I took pictures with 8 people today, and he was counting. So, I mean, it means a little something to him, you know? And that's cool.
Yeah,
it really is cool.
7 crashes on takeoff. 172 died, no survivors. A hotel fire downtown, 211 died, no survivors. An East Rail train derailed 7.5 miles outside the city, 131 died, 1 survivor. He is unharmed. I've spoken with your husband about his survival. I suggested a rather unbelievable possibility. Since then, I've come to believe that possibility, however unbelievable, is now more a probability.
And what was it you suggested?
These are mediocre times, Mrs. Dunn. People are starting to lose hope. It's hard for many to believe there are extraordinary things inside themselves as well as others. I hope you can keep an open mind.
Yeah, this is fucking creepy.
So creepy. At this point, I'm like, somebody's getting murdered.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, and thanks for keeping my secret identity, asshole. Just tell my wife I'm a superhero. I was gonna put glasses on and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Start writing for the fucking Bugle.
I was gonna curl my hair in the front. She would have never have known it was me.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, I mean that, and also just his intro to all of that of just asking her about her husband, and obviously I thought it was a decent reveal as far as her saying her hatred for football and he gave up football for me or whatever. Obviously that's a tell to him because he goes, what kind of injury did he have? And she's figuring it out. Well, we go to the game where, I mean, he's got this sense about this dude and he goes to check him for drugs, but, obviously he's checking him for other stuff. And
you recognize who that was?
He didn't find anything. I thought I did. Is it the guy from the commercials?
No, it's the director, M. Night Shyamalan.
Ah, that's who that is.
Yeah, he's in all of his movies, yeah.
Okay, well, what was the point of this?
The point was he envisioned that what had happened, so he has this superpower, but then it turns out to not be true, so now he's doubting himself. Okay. So it's kind of just a tease. Oh, he's got powers. Okay. Oh, maybe he doesn't.
So he didn't just miss something.
It's part of that gradual sort of, oh, maybe I'm buying it. No, this is stupid. Why?
It's put doubt in his mind.
Well, that makes sense. So and then the call comes in, his kid's hurt at school, and off he goes. And then I thought it was so funny, is like the kid sitting there with a thermometer next to his kid, and he's just like, "That your dad? I bet my dad could beat up your dad." And this kid's like, already knows, like, my dad.
What's wrong with the kid?
What's that?
His kid.
He had gotten into a fight with a couple of other kids who were picking on
I remember
another kid. And basically his dad had to tell him, like, hey, you're not like me.
No, he said, you are like me, like a normal person.
Oh, okay.
Because the kid said, I'm not like you.
Right.
Said, yeah, you're like me.
Nice.
I'm a normal person and I can get hurt too.
Okay, you're right. Because he says, I'm just an ordinary man. And the kid says, no, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this conversation with him and the nurse was pretty crazy, where, they changed the rules because of him. And, she lets a little bit out. It turns out he was at the bottom of the pool for 5 minutes. At least that's a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
And a kid almost drowned here. And he's that kid. Turns out the water is his kryptonite.
So what did that do for you? As you're watching, you're going, oh, well, he can get hurt. Maybe
Yeah.
he's not.
No, I just thought the same thing. I mean, to me, that just explained it. I was just like, oh shit. Well, he's fucking water fucks him up.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't understand why it was always raining. Like why he's okay with that. You know, like he's okay. It's
Well, it's not like acid to him or anything. It's
Right.
just he can drown.
He needs air to breathe to live.
he's not that strong of a swimmer.
Like there's a real superhero called Luke Cage,
Right.
and he's impervious. You can't shoot him, and it just bounces right off of him.
Right.
But I think he got shot in the head with a shotgun, and it rattled his brain. The inside of him can get hurt. It's only the outside.
Okay. So what fuck happened to him?
Who? Oh,
Luke Cage.
he went into a coma for a while.
Shit. Now he's okay.
No,
No,
they had
it's
to
fine.
they had to relieve the pressure in his head by like going through his eye socket.
Oh, that's right. They had to, because they couldn't get through his skin because his skin is impervious.
Well, Jesus Christ. What is he okay?
He's
He made
okay
it.
now.
It's on Netflix. You can check it out.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. See you there.
Yeah,
Oh.
but don't watch Luke Cage. You have to watch Jessica Jones.
I don't understand any of this. So these are all just different people. Is there fucking Green Lantern anymore?
They're Marvel characters.
I don't understand. What's the difference?
Green Lantern's Ryan Reynolds now.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. So there's a top 10 I have a top 10 of most popular superheroes.
All right.
And I took it from a few lists that had some differences, and I sort of averaged them out. But anyway, okay. And here they are from number 10 to number 1. Wonder Woman, number 10, pulling up the rear.
No, I'm not going.
Yes.
there.
Okay.
Number
Got it.
9, The Hulk.
All right.
Number 8, The Flash.
Okay.
Number 7, Thor. Number 6, Captain America. Number 5, Wolverine.
Okay.
Number 4, Iron Man.
Do you feel like Iron Man is that high because of the movies?
I think it's only because of Robert Downey Jr. and same with
'cause
Wolverine.
I didn't even know who the fuck that was. until
Same with
those movies.
Wolverine, only because of Hugh Jackman. He made it popular. I don't think he was super
What
popular.
about that Black Sabbath song?
I don't know about that. Like I remember when the X-Men were a thing.
I don't
and
think people
wasn't
even drew the
isn't
line.
Wolverine a black guy in the comics?
No.
He's Canadian.
He's like yellow and.
No, he's not yellow.
There are black
No, but
people
the
in
suit was
Canada.
yellow, wasn't it?
Will, there are black people in Canada.
And they're all hilarious because everybody in Canada is
No, I'm
hilarious.
saying Wolverine. was
A.
Canadian.
Yeah, I know.
And he's short. Wolverine's supposed to be like really short.
Yeah, like super short, like
Yeah.
4 or something.
Okay, I just find it funny.
Oh shit! Fucking Tim is here.
All right, number 3, Spider-Man. Number
Okay.
2 and number 1 are kind of back and forth.
Is it Batman, Superman?
Batman, Superman.
All right.
So I've
That
got a
makes
question
sense.
for you. What is your guys' kryptonite?
Your guys's?
Queen
You guys's.
Queen Latifah.
Oh, that's your kryptonite?
Loud
Yeah.
chewing.
Without chewing. Man, that's a tough one.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have
really,
to
to
say-
be honest, I don't know. Maybe my wife knows. What's my kryptonite? You know better than me.
Attractive females.
I pretty much keep it together most of the time.
No, that can't be it.
Okay. My kryptonite.
Organization.
Oh, live acoustic performances.
Oh, just recorded live music.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Mhm.
I can't fucking stand
And
it.
the
I never
blues.
want to hear it.
Live recorded music of the blues.
Live recorded music, period. I don't want to hear it. I don't, even if it's a band I love, I don't want to. I mean,
I'm the same way. I'm
the
exactly the
only
same way.
exception of that is the Descendants, and still I don't really listen to those albums. I don't want that.
But
I wanna-
everybody should buy your live stuff.
Right.
Yeah, my live shit is great. And by the way, we have several live albums out now. Live and Very Attractive is a full band performance.
Nice.
Live in a freaking English church, acoustic, all your favorites. Available on CD and DVD, both of them, or for download on iTunes.
Sometimes when people get sick or hurt for a long time, like Elijah, their mind gets hurt too. And they start to think things that aren't true. He told me what he thought about your father. It isn't true.
I'll show you.
Do you remember the story about the boy that almost drowned in the pool? That was me. They were talking about. I almost died. That was me.
Lying.
I'm not lying. Okay, I just didn't remember it. That's
Joseph,
all.
You know your father was injured in college. You know that. You know all about that. Don't do it. He'll die, Joseph.
Just shoot him once.
Joseph, listen to what your mother. If you pull that trigger, I'm going to leave.
Is there a actually I didn't like this scene very much.
You didn't like this scene?
I liked the gun thing and all of that. I didn't like the whole I'm going to leave thing. I'm going to go to New York or whatever. And the reason why I didn't like it, because I don't feel like he would have recovered from that. Like he would have been like, because you were just going to leave. And that is fucking devastating.
Yeah, well, he might not have recovered from being shot in
Yeah.
the fucking
Who
chest.
gives a shit? He should have fucking let him shoot him.
Well, the correct
I'm just
answer.
kidding.
The correct answer we already covered in the 5 questions that we did a little bit ago.
All right.
Which was what I said in my bonus question.
He should have shoved the gun up his ass.
No, that wasn't the right
Okay,
answer.
it wasn't.
The right answer was to tell him it might ricochet off me and hit you or your mom.
Right.
That's what you say.
Got it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't think you think it over whenever you have a gun pointed at you.
That's very true. I definitely spent a couple minutes thinking that up.
Jesus Christ.
With no pressure.
He's told him, he goes, why did he say we're just becoming friends? No shooting friends, Joseph.
Yeah, that's what I was brought up earlier. Is like I didn't. There's obviously something there that they sort of rekindled their relationship in some way.
Okay, so this is where you were headed with that,
right?
You're
they're all
saying they
close.
didn't used to be close.
Yeah, that's what the implication here
And
is.
now- okay.
But they don't go into it. It's sort of left to
Okay.
your imagination.
Yep.
But I thought that was interesting, and
Right.
but I just love that the handheld camera work here, where he's following the conversation and the gun down to the table, and man, I just thought I felt like I was in the room with him.
Yeah,
like I
but-
felt immersed in this scene.
So from that exact same angle, for me, like I have a hard time when we do that just out of the blue, and all of a sudden we're doing this. Like, because it's a different kind of acting. It's a different sort of feel or whatever. Yes, did I feel a bit of anxiety about the whole thing and yada yada? But to be honest, like I wanted him to fucking shoot him. Like
You wanted to see it happen.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Let's just see what's going on. Like,
well, and that's
just shoot him in the fucking arm.
That's another
yeah, we
thing.
still don't know if he can get shot or not.
No.
Yeah, that's another thing I loved about the movie is it's not this hit you over the head with superpowers kind of movie. It's
Slow motion bullet to the eyeball going.
right. It's about the characters. It's about the relationship.
Yeah.
The superhero aspect is just a backdrop. It really doesn't. It's not super important to the story, other than it's what's tying it all together.
Well, plus he doesn't have high confidence that he is bulletproof.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's like, "Fuck, don't shoot me."
No, he doesn't think he's bulletproof. I don't think at this point.
Yeah.
He just
He's
said
mobile
he was.
accident proof.
Mobile accident proof. Right.
So, this conversation comes up now with him and Mr. Glass, and Mr. Glass it tells him that sadness is because you aren't supposed to be doing what you're doing. And then this is where he says to him, he goes, "I never said you couldn't die at all." The comic book scene though, where the guy walks in and goes, "You better not be jacking off to the Japanese comics, I swear to God." And you're like, you know that fucking shit has happened to him before. He just wants to go home. He goes, "I got to get some chicken in me." I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Look, maybe it wasn't a specific moment. Maybe it was.
I had a nightmare one night. And I didn't wake you up so you could tell me that it was okay. I think that was the first time. Does that count?
It counts. Do you knowingly keep me and Joseph at a distance?
Yes.
Why?
No. Just don't feel right, Audrey.
this is beautiful writing because the image of big tough security guard guy, ex-football player guy needing to wake his wife up to make sure everything's cool when he has a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then getting so far just like into his own head and just lost that he doesn't do that anymore. I mean, that's fucking real shit.
Yeah, this is a good scene. I liked it.
Now, I didn't think that we were going to do this week. I am super excited that it's back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
All right. We're doing Robin Wright, Penn, in this movie, but no longer a Penn.
Now, who was she married to?
Sean Penn.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, forever.
So he was married to Madonna and this
Yeah,
chick?
she was after Madonna.
God damn.
Yeah, for
Man.
a long time, and then I guess he beat her up too many times, and she divorced him.
Jesus Christ.
That'll do it.
Yeah, really?
Those violent liberals.
How many times does it take?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jesus Christ.
All right, hair 5, eyes 8, nose 7, mouth 7, face about 7, arms 8, boobs 2, waist 8, butt 7, legs 6. Overall, I give her like a 6.5, which weirdly averages out to a total of 6.5.
All right. Well, I found her way more attractive than that. And especially the first scene that we see her in with all the fucking candy. Because I was just like, can I have some of that candy?
I did not factor in the candy. It might have raised it up.
Were you even looking at her or just the candy?
I was looking at her and the candy. I was like fucking multitasking and shit. So the babysitter is 100% Ryan the intern.
Oh, totally. We laughed about it.
It was wacky. I mean, just her, like, it just this shit that she was saying, the way she would react, like, oh. You know, like, it was fucking spot on, Ryan the intern.
I didn't know you guys were moving. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not that part. Nothing like
Yeah.
the whiny part, but just like the, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Or like that type of stuff.
See you later. And then she's walking out and it's raining. She's like, "Oh, great!" You know. So he gets offered the thing. The thing that I wonder about, and again, so you wonder how my head works? Yes, you do. Things that give me anxiety: one-sided arguments because the other person doesn't speak. There are two of them. And they don't necessarily have to be arguments, but one-sided conversations that are fucking important. So the first one is when she comes to his bedroom and she asks him about the thing or whatever. He never fucking says anything. She's just like,
right,
yeah, we're going to try again. And you know, I mean, the thing to do is meet her at the top of the stairs and give her a hug.
I
and
think that's part of the problem.
kiss her in the face or some shit, you know? And here, he's got the job in New York and she says, okay, we just started this again, so we'll just do this. And, you know, like, and he doesn't say anything. He should say, well, wait, we're just starting this over again. Like,
She says, I guess congratulations.
It's
we're
like,
in a different spot.
It's like the same thing that all movies and TV shows do, where you're on the phone with someone, and then when the conversation's over, they just hang up. There's no
Yeah.
bye. There's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I
It's
hate
like
that.
that. It's that whole thing.
It's just too
It
much.
drives me
man.
nuts. Say bye.
Yeah.
The fuck? You just hung up on me. I wasn't even finished. I was waiting for you to respond. You didn't have a response, so you hung up.
Bye.
Your bones don't break. Mine do. That's clear. Your cells react to bacteria and viruses differently than mine. You don't get sick. I do. That's also clear. But for some reason, you and I react the exact same way to water. We swallow it too fast, we choke. We get some in our lungs, we drown. However unreal it may seem, we are connected, you and I. We are on the same curve, just on opposite ends.
Isn't he fucking connected to everybody that breathes water into their goddamn lungs and fucking drowns?
If that's the connection.
Yeah.
I think that's how we're connected.
Exactly. All of us in this room.
He's not connected to Aquaman.
No, not at all.
He has no connection
No,
whatsoever.
You know, or my friend Gil.
Gil, get it?
See what I did there? So we're connected because we can fucking both drown. That's not even a thing. Everybody can drown.
We've already established that he's fucking crazy.
He's fucking crazy.
At this point, I didn't realize that he was nuts. I thought he was just legitimately
Trying to figure stuff out.
This is how they got me.
Like a scientist.
So don't think that I'm being a dick by saying that I had the whole Bruce Willis thing figured out, because I fucking did really early. The thing was, where they got me was this Samuel L. Jackson
Right.
thing, because I didn't realize the guy was a goddamn fucking nutcase, and obviously shit was just going to continue to get worse and worse and worse.
Right.
Now, should I have known that? Probably. Am I a terrible judge of character? When it comes to Samuel L., yes, I am. All right, so he breaks into the warehouse, and he's seen the train cars where he was sitting. You know, little fucking spooky. Has a flashback to when he saved Audrey, you know,
Right.
and they're asking him if he's hurt, and he doesn't know what to say. You know, all I could think about there in this scene was, I used to have a letter jacket, because I lettered in band, orchestra, and theater.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I didn't think you deserved that, but
And
okay.
you can suck a fuck.
He
Oh.
absolutely deserved the letter.
Well, hold on. Now it's different. Now because I wasn't an athlete.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
my I don't know if I told you this. My jacket had different color sleeves.
Oh, okay. Then
So
that's
ours
fine.
were solid black, and you put the letters on there, and then you had like the gold stripes on the trim and stuff. The athletes had yellow sleeves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's
that's fair.
different. So
Yeah, that's fine.
I lettered 3 times, but I didn't have a jacket at all. I have the letters.
Yeah,
that you
bulletin
could
board.
put that you could
You didn't
put
pay
on.
for the jacket?
I didn't get a jacket. I was like, fuck that,
yeah, I got the jacket.
because I hated them.
Some girl has my jacket somewhere. All right, well, let me
course.
rephrase that. Some girl threw away my jacket at some point somewhere.
Which one?
I don't know.
Also, I don't have a reminder of how much fatter I am than back then, so it's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. About 4 years ago, I could still fit into my high school jacket.
Literally,
Now I'm-
I could hook my thumbs behind my waist and lace my fingers together.
oh my God,
What?
Jesus Christ!
That's how skinny I was.
You have tiny, tiny hands. How's that
Exact-
even possible?
Exactly. That's how skinny I was.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never been able to do that around my waist or my dick. So flashes back to Save Audrey, and then there's
That must be so uncomfortable, Casey.
she's fine.
Poor
Just don't
thing.
ask her to sit in the morning.
Oh my god.
So again, so here, let's talk about the casting of this fucking scene. That wreck. There is a moment where young Bruce Willis, you can't tell it's not him.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Yeah, it does look like
how
him.
fucking great that
the
kid
voice.
looked.
The
Yeah,
voice,
but
too.
young what's her face
It was her.
is just her with a shitty wig.
with a really shitty wig.
What was, like they couldn't find a fucking blonde girl to close her eyes and act
don't know.
dead or something?
No.
No.
Jesus,
They just had
that
a
was
wig
so
laying
bad.
around.
They just like I feel like they were gonna use Bruce Willis for the scene. Like some kid walked by and they were like, "Holy fuck, he looks just like him." Just hey, get in here real quick. Like
Hey, it's the grip.
so bad.
Jared's opening a beer.
Thanks to James Stant for the amazing music beds.
Yeah.
We love you. Keep them coming.
Hello,
I wasn't injured in that car accident.
David.
I've never been injured, Elijah. What am I supposed to do?
Go to where people are. You won't have to look very long. It's all right to be afraid, David. Because this part won't be like a comic book. Real life doesn't fit into little boxes that were drawn for it.
So a lot happens here in the subway, and as it was all happening, I was thinking to myself, like, how could this have not ever happened before? Like, why this time? Like, why has he never stood in a crowd? He works at a fucking football stadium.
Well, they talked about that. He hadn't practiced and honed his gift.
Right. Plus, I think he thinks that it's normal that he just has intuition.
He just has intuition and feelings about
he
it.
imagines.
So
things.
here he is trying to get it into his head. Is that what
Right.
you're
So
saying?
now he's like believing in himself so
Right.
that he's like full on doing his thing.
Right. So it's like the greatest American hero.
Right. Exactly like that.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing of prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Woo!
Best show ever.
Ever. All right, so here he is. He's in the thing. It starts doing the slow motion thing or then the fast motion thing, and this lady walks by him, and all of a sudden he can see that she's robbed a jewelry store. And actually, I'm going to be honest, it's the fucking greatest robbing of a jewelry store move of all time.
Except for the cameras.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a thing. But you know what? She was in disguise.
I feel like if he bumped me, I'd just be like shame eating a Snickers before I got home.
Oh no!
Like in my car, like, man, I'm starving. Let's go get lunch.
And he's just looking at you, and he's just like, you really get to be a fucking different person when you're like fucking Estelle Yeti or some shit. And run for the corner, whatever.
Okay, it's late.
It's late. All right. So then he sees a guy who's doing the date raping, and that was fucking puzzling.
The same guy like threw a beer bottle on the back of some lady's head walking down the street.
Was it the same guy?
Wasn't it the same guy?
I don't. It was a different dude.
No, it was like a frat kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it was a different guy because that kid was with his parents.
Oh no, they had different shirts. Yeah,
Oh, was it
they had a
different
different,
person?
same
Different
color
guy.
but different.
Yeah,
pattern.
why? So that guy, like, was he just wearing the same shirt whenever he was going out and bashing people's head with
It would just
bottles,
happen
or
to
was
be
it-
recent.
or,
'Cause
or was he just like imagining it that way?
No, I think it was.
Estelle
Like,
Getty was
placing
on
that
Golden
person
Girls,
to
right?
the thing.
That was not who I was trying to think. I was trying to think of the lady on Airplane. Like, you're a anyway, fuck. You're right, Will. It's getting late. So this scene is fucking crazy. What happens now? I mean, so basically he is in a situation where he's seeing all these crimes or whatever, and then he sees this. It's like a different guy walk into the janitor's room, and then another guy walk out, and he just knows to follow this guy. So at this point, it becomes right.
No, that's not quite what happened.
Okay, what happened?
The janitor bumped into him, and he saw him come to the front door of this house with this guy.
Right. Okay, that's right. That's right. You're right. That's exactly right. That's what happened. Okay, go ahead, Will.
And he's like, I like your house.
I like your house.
Yeah, can I come in? The guy's like, no, can't come in. And
that would have creeped me the fuck out right then.
Dude,
right
that
then
was super creepy.
Right then, I would have
'Cause
been. You want to see
anyone-
how fast I can shut this door and lock it?
Yeah, he was trying to shut the wrong door.
Exactly. He goes for the screen door. He should have just slammed the other door.
Right.
But
before he could open the screen door, he'd have a better chance of closing the other door.
But anyway, it sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So he
That
follows
shit's scary.
Follows
That's
this
what
guy
freaks me
out.
Just random shit coming
Yeah.
up. Fucking.
That I told you, Zodiac, the movie Zodiac, freaked me the fuck out for that exact reason. It's just random, no reason. I'm just gonna come in and kill you. That's what fucks me up.
Yeah, Zodiac being the Zodiac killer.
Because I do
there's a movie called Zodiac.
I spend a lot of time making sure that people don't want to kill me.
Right.
So therefore,
Have you really?
Are you
Not really.
sure?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I've seen you on Facebook lately.
I
It
feel
seemed
like
that
you've
way.
done the least of that in this room.
part of it's intimidation factor. There's a lot of factors. in
Okay,
play.
I get it. Sure, that's fine. So you're right. Thank you for correcting me, Will. So he follows this guy out, and then again, it's kind of like here he is in this raincoat, and it's sort of like a cape, and he's this superhero guy, and he.
No, I honestly think he's still not quite sure that he is what he is. It's when he gets in there and he sees that guy dead in the stairwell. He's like, I fucking have the power.
I just thought, why are you walking in there and just like, why do people creep into places and shit? Like,
This whole movie could just be like a commercial for the Ring doorbell app.
Roadhouse.
It was 2000 though.
well, okay,
That's
so
interesting.
as Will said, he goes into the house, he looks down the basement stairs, there's the dad just fucking laying down there dead as shit, right? And he starts to walk through the place. I thought it was interesting. He walks into the girl's room, Suicide Machines poster on the wall. I really like the Suicide Machines. Really good band. He finds the kids tied up, loosens them up or whatever, and then he passes right by the mom.
No, he says shh. He's like holds his finger.
Right,
up.
right. But I mean, and he
Is she
goes.
dead?
Well, it seems like
We
think so.
You're not sure. That
Right.
She's
Yeah, I
supposed to be
wasn't sure.
chilling, right?
She's just chilling.
Anyway, he gets knocked the fuck over then a fight ensues, right?
No, he pushes him over the ledge into the pool.
Pushed him over the ledge into the pool, and then the kids rescue him out of his kryptonite.
Right.
Goes back up. They have to have a fight, and then he chokes the guy out.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Pretty
That's
much.
what happened.
Okay, and then he
Unties mom.
right and
Dead.
so Casey goes, "Oh shit, is she dead?" I go, "Oh no, she's just tired from sitting up or whatever. It's fine."
And then it goes over the thing like parents killed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she was fucking
Oops.
dead.
Yeah, she was fucking
Also,
dead.
real life, these kids would not be out there like handing a stick to the fucking hoodie guy in the tarp in the pool. They'd be like running their asses off,
I would be
screaming
running my
away.
ass
They were very calm.
Yeah.
Had a bad dream.
What a great way to tie it all back in, though.
Yeah.
I actually made a promise to Jared after I watched this scene that I would, even if I was skinny, never make him carry me upstairs.
Yeah, but he fucking was carrying her like she was nothing.
Yeah, it was obviously done like that.
Yeah.
It was weightless to him.
Well, it's fucking Bruce Willis.
Did you
too.
cry?
He couldn't have just gotten.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
couldn't
I
have just
did.
gotten in her downstairs bed. He had to fucking.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's the bed.
could have happened.
That's the mom.
I could have- I don't know.
So she says to the family the next day, if Elijah shows up, call the police. And I wrote down, she's a fucking pussy. She doesn't want anybody getting hurt playing fucking sports.
I know, right?
She doesn't want this fucking guy. It was like, just Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he showed up to her work all creepy though. I'm
Yeah,
so
I mean, I
offended.
get that, but at the same
He's
time,
in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he didn't show up. It was just he happened to be physical therapy with
what's
her.
he gonna do?
He didn't
you know,
plan it.
fuck that guy anyway.
planned it.
No, I think he planned it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wrong.
He blew up trains. He planned this.
Plan.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, yeah,
to
but you
be
just said.
her.
Don't ruin the movie.
He 100% did not plan the fall down the stairs.
No, he
No,
planned,
he planned
the
to give her as
patient.
the physical therapist.
Exactly.
Once that happened, yes.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
But
sure.
you can't be like, what's going to happen? He's in a wheelchair. Like, he fucking has killed hundreds and hundreds of people at
Right.
least.
How amazing
Thousands,
is
probably.
it that he slides the newspaper over, though?
Oh yeah, that's the part where I broke down.
I mean, and just shows his son, like,
Me, you're right.
you were right. You know? I mean,
Don't tell your mom.
yeah, don't. I'm a
She
fucking,
fucking hates this kind of stuff. She'll make me quit.
I'm a superhero.
See the villain's eyes?
They're larger than the other characters.
They insinuate a slightly skewed perspective on how they see the world. Just off normal.
Doesn't look scary.
That's what I said to my son. But he says there's always two kinds. There's the soldier villain who fights the hero with his hands. And then there's the real threat, the brilliant and evil arch enemy who fights the hero with his mind.
I thought this was fucking genius. And then
Did you figure it out at this point?
No, I still didn't know. So I still didn't know at this point. But what I did think was, holy shit, he's fucking right. There's like Lex Luthor.
Right.
Or there's the goddamn
Yeah,
fucking...
Lex didn't have powers.
No. And, you know, I mean, even the Joker didn't have powers, you know? And... But then there's the guy that fights Captain America, the white racer or whatever the fuck his name is,
The Red Skull.
Silver Streaker,
Silver
the Surfer,
Surfer?
Silver Surfer. That guy. I mean, that dude's fucking crazy.
He's a good guy, but yeah.
Oh, he's a good guy. No,
He doesn't
who's the
fight
guy?
Captain America.
Who's the guy that fights Captain America that used to be his best friend?
Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier.
Winter
Soldier.
Okay, Winter Soldier. Yeah, there you go.
That's who I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry that I got Bucky fucky Barnes his name wrong. Well, this fucking flashback is crazy because you see now all of these things that he was there and caused all of this just insane shit. He caused all the shit. He's the goddamn villain that fights with his mind.
Yeah.
Like
So-
a crazy mass murder.
Like a crazy mass murderer. And
it's not even. It's so. He's murdering people not to murder them,
but to find some
but to
adversary.
it's just like it's like a science experiment.
You know what's
He's the villain, so he's like murdering all these people to like find this person to murder him.
Not even.
No,
to-
he doesn't
Or
want
just to find.
He just wanted to find
He
him.
wanted to find meaning for himself.
He
That was
wanted
what
to
it was all
yeah.
about. Find meaning. I want a reason to exist.
Yeah.
But what's funny is
It wasn't ever about killing Bruce Willis. Otherwise, that would have.
No,
you know,
he
that would
wanted.
have been-
He needed Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
But man, fuck, couldn't you just take a painting class
So,
or something?
Yeah, I know. It's not like he's the only person with this disease. He says it's just really rare. So are there supposed to be
Right.
like more Bruce Willises that match those people?
Well, I mean, the implication is yes, there are more people out there like Bruce Willis. Yeah.
And in fact, there is a tie-in to another End Night movie. And there's going to be another movie that ties them together.
I almost gave up hope. There were so many times I questioned myself. Killed all those people. But I found you. So many sacrifices. Just to find you. Great. mistake. It all makes sense. In a comic, you know how you can tell who the arch villain's going to be? He's the exact opposite of the hero. And most times they're friends like you and me. I should have known way back when. You know why, David? Because of the kids.
They called me Mr. Glass.
So was it a slow reveal, or did it just hit you all of a sudden? Or were you like, what is he? Wait.
Once he walked into the office.
You knew right away?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, once he walked in there, I was like, oh shit, this is not going to be good. And I'm like, okay, so this dude's obviously going to be a villain. Did I have any idea of what
Like
how
what he
insane
did?
that would be?
Yeah.
So I was going to say earlier, one of the smart things about this is that the destruction that he had done and all of that isn't really even part of, what we see. Obviously we get the flashback thing, whatever, but that's all already happened. You know what I mean? They didn't have to establish all that for us to hate the guy. Jesus Christ. It's good. I liked it. I thought this was an amazing reveal. I really did. And a great movie. They got me. Again, I kept... You wait for it now, right? On these movies. And I really liked it. It's a good movie.
Awesome.
Obviously,
Unbreakable 2 is coming at some point. I don't know. Is it next year or the year before, or the year after?
Well, it ties this movie and another movie that we want to talk about together.
Right.
Because
but can we say what movie it is or no?
Unbreakable 2 or the movie that's tied in? It's
kind of an end of the movie reveal.
Yeah, man. I wish I got spoiled on it.
I got spoiled on it too. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, really?
No.
I wish I had gone in fresh.
Yeah, me too.
So it would have been mind blowing.
Yeah.
I would have been just kicked in the balls
It's
from the ending. We're about to spoil another one of M. Night's movies.
Spoiler
that's been
alert
out,
here.
Out recently.
Spoiler.
Skip for about 20, 30 seconds.
The movie Split that came out about a year and a half ago.
Okay, so there's a movie called Split.
Mm-hmm. James McAvoy.
And it ties into this movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you're not... But now...
You don't know it until the very last second.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, so Split at the end is basically ties it into this movie.
Yeah.
And you don't really see it coming.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the ending of the movie is a fucking huge twist also. And then there's like a double twist at the end, which ties it into this movie.
And also super hard to do on a trampoline.
Absolutely.
I think the new movie is going to... It might be called Mr. Glass
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's supposed to... Yeah, and it's in 18 or 19, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's going to be great.
I want to thank everybody for sharing the podcast. You guys are amazing. Again, thank you to our Patreon supporters as well. But those that shared this last episode, Sean Umbeck, Lee Douglas, Angie Thorin, Ashley C., Andy Bertelson, Barry Ferguson, Wendy Croft, Ray Jimenez.
He's one of my coworkers.
Hey, what's up? Rodden James, Jake Bradford. I want to thank all of you guys. Man, this has been an awesome episode. You guys are the best. Can't wait for next week. It's going to be a different kind of episode.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens. Hey, send us email and Facebook messages and shit so we got content.
Yeah.
Stop being dicks. By the way, I thought about this week. I don't burp on the podcast anymore because y'all just say gross and cut it out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did it just then, and it felt real good.
Maybe
Find us on the socials at JarrettGoesTheMovies.com. You can search us for us everywhere at Jarrett Goes the Movies and find us all over the place. Jarrett Movies on Twitter and Instagram. Suggest or vote for future movies on Reddit at @JarrettGoesTheMovies. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and everything by searching Jarrett Goes the Movies. I feel like I just said that. Find me on all the socials using JARET2113. Find Rich on all the socials at Rich Coleman TX. Casey on all the socials using Casey Yant. And find Will with one L on all the socials using Will Vart. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. I love when the four of us are all here. I love when we get to experience a movie that I wouldn't have watched if it weren't for this podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll see you down the road.
I like you more than a friend.
But mostly, we'll see you down the road.